Right, I have to get this said before like this video even comes out. Yeah. This video was made before that video that was posted. Like legit, that video was made like the day after I did the recording for all of this, and only now am I posting this online. So I don't want anyone to say that like I copied this guy's ideas or anything, because I thought of these like beforehand and stuff, right? But like with that being said, I just hope you guys enjoy the video, man. Regardless of what like is said in this and what's similar to his video and what's not, it's just probably just the faster version in general. But it is what it is, man. Let's get this done.
Within Monster Hunter Rise, there are monsters that are called Apexes. These Apex monsters were a free DLC inclusion for the base game of Monster Hunter Rise. They were inclusions for the Rampage quest, and from there, the community was split on their inclusion. Some people hated them, some people liked them. And now with the game having a huge update called Sunbreak, with this new update, I think they could fix all problems with the Apexes, and here's why. With the inclusion of Apexes, it has given us some high points for their inclusion. Some of these high points are that they were unmountable monsters. Rise was known as an easy game due to the monsters being mountable at the start of quests, especially non-quest monsters. With the inclusion of them being non-mountable and having more HP and dealing more damage, it made for a harder fight in general. I remember being slapped around and failing a quest multiple times against an Apex Zynoga. And that there was a fun hunt, I'm not going to lie, that was really fun and challenging. There were beefed up versions of monsters within the game, giving us just harder fights in general. And that's the problem. That was it. That was all I liked with Apexes. I just found them meaningless and not worth the time and effort for development. As anything in life, they have their ups and downs. But for Apexes, they were just an infinite and deep downfall, just a spiral to the depths of darkness, just legit nothing. There was a lot of problems with Apexes in Rise. Some of the problems with them are that they were just rip-off deviants of monsters. They had the same moveset, but a lack of physical changes. They were cool on paper, but just lazy in concept. They were locked behind Rampage quests. Yes, they were, but as time went on, they slowly became actual hunts. You could ask any Rise fan and they would say it was stupid to do that from the beginning. Yes, Rampages were a thing, but not that many people liked them. They were just boring as a whole, and that was the problem. These cool new monsters were locked behind a boring mechanic, so no one was actually like interested in the mechanic itself. They were interested in the monster. So after they found out that they had to keep doing that whole entire boring mechanic over and over again to fight them, they just lost interest in those monsters in general. They were also uncraftable monsters. They had no armor or weapon that could be made. I never, ever want to play a Monster Hunter game where we cannot craft anything for monsters. Shit. I would even take a palette swap of the Deviant armor instead. Just a single color palette swap. How could Capcom fix Apexes, you may ask? For me, I think a way for Capcom to fix Apexes would be for them to make Apex become invaders within the game. What are invaders, you ask? They're monsters like Devil Joe, a monster that roams around all maps and all terrains. They could appear in any quest and would be an additional hurdle within the quest. They would attack players and monsters indiscriminately. Overall, they are challenging threats for any hunter. The idea of unmountable monsters that roam around the maps would be a nice challenge for us, especially now that we have an absolute invasion-like move and the ability to swap our switch skills on the go. In Rise, we were just so powerful that we could stomp out any monster with nearly zero difficulty. You could just wire bug a monster and slam them into the quest monster, then do it back to the quest monster for extra damage. But with the inclusion of Apex invaders, it could re-script the number of mountable monsters in a quest. It also causes extra struggles in a fight. If a strong Apex like Apex Zynoga comes in while you're fighting a fast monster like Lunagawa, the combination of both would be an absolute struggle for any player. Or maybe even a flying monster such as Basilgeuse and an apex like Diablos. The combination between these monsters would be limitless. There would be such a diverse scenario with any hunt that could occur. This is just an idea of mine that I had. A simple quick thing I thought of. I would love for Capcom to fix the apexes. They were an interesting thing, but they fumbled on the development in the game. I would also like for them to make an actual armor for these monsters. Like, the idea of no armor for a monster in a Monster Hunter game is stupid. This might be the first and only time Capcom would ever make this mistake again. Well, besides all that, thank you for spending your time today and watching the video. Please like, comment and subscribe. You can also watch the other Monster Hunter videos we have on our channel. Maybe the Theory of Malzeno, or even the deviant monsters we thought of. As I like to say, every view helps. I would like to reach at least 20 subscribers by the end of the year, at least, give or take. But with that being said, feel free to make a comment on what your thoughts are. Maybe I might be expecting way too much from the apexes. They might just give them, just additional moves, and just give them their own quests and stuff or whatever. We might even get more apexes. To be honest, I think we'll get new apexes in Sunbreak. It's just how Capcom goes on to develop it. So with that being said, thank you guys. See you all.